I guess I'll just wait for the questions.
All right.
Yeah, thanks.
I guess I'll start off. Aaron, when you're spotted to a 5-run lead like that, do you settle down, or is it something that takes your mind off of the focus you have as a starting pitcher when you start 0-0?
I would say I would definitely settle down. I'm always very comfortable when it comes to pitching with a lead. It makes my job a lot easier. I just throw strikes. Especially fastballs make them hit the ball. Definitely.
And Scott, I'll ask you, they were running different pitchers in there every inning. At that point, you go, it doesn't matter, guys, just go ahead.
Well, I think that's part of what this tournament is as well. You really haven't seen any of these teams before. You haven't seen their arms before. You don't have much of a scouting report, so it's just sort of read and react. And certainly they gave us a bunch of different looks today. Once their starter came out, it was pretty much a different guy each inning. And so I think, you just try to identify as quick as you can and keep it as simple as you can, until the hitters, attack strikes and just try to keep their thought processes pretty simple.
Yesterday you told us about you just want to try to sit there and get those outs once you get a big lead. And it looks like today you did that. An errorless game.
Yeah, a little more comfortable finish today than yesterday for sure. We did a good job of getting a lead early and continuing to build and getting runners on base and still pushing offensively. And like I said, Aaron did a great job throwing strikes, working ahead of hitters, and then when they put the ball in play, we made the plays, and that's what we need to do. We need to make the routine plays.
Jake, even in your outs, you were hitting the ball real hard. What were you seeing out there today at the plate?
I just stick with the same approach I've been using all year. The whole team's been successful all year, just sticking to our same approach. And actually, we're all seeing the ball real well today, and this whole tournament we've been seeing the ball well. So just sticking to what we do best.
What is that for you, Jake?
Just getting your pitch, picking out a zone, and hitting that ball on the line.
You must be throwing it into your zone today.
Just picking out strikes and hitting it, yeah.
Were you guys surprised as to how easily you hit against Carmen at the beginning of the game?
Not really. No, not surprised. We go into a game expecting to do well. We go into the game expecting to just stick with our approach and just hit line drives.
Tim, you guys got off to another quick first inning start. You and the rest of the whole team, but the top of the order in particular. Is there anything you guys do to prepare, especially that different for the first inning to the rest of the inning?
For me personally, I take the same approach every AB. Maybe the first AB of the game might be a little different for me, just because I'm trying to see as many pitches as I can, see what the pitcher has, see if I can eliminate pitches from him, see if his curveball, if he can locate that for strikes. And I think we did a really good job today, early on especially, eliminating pitches from him and realizing what pitches he's throwing for strikes, and then being able to attack those pitches early in the count when he's throwing those for strikes.
Scott, how do you keep the team focused on what you do want them to do, knowing that each game in this tournament, the demands get a little bit higher, the nerves get a little bit quakier, and so forth? How do you say, guys, keep focusing on what we've done over here?
Yeah, I don't think that's really an issue with this team, to be honest. I think we play every game with that mentality. When you're in the West region, you feel like you have to be the conference champion to even get into a postseason berth. We learned that last year. And so we play with kind of that type of mentality all year, that every weekend in our conference there is a playoff type mentality. And then I think when you play each game that way, you don't need to change anything when you get into these situations. And I think that's the biggest thing that we talk about, is we just don't change who we are. You just go out and you can't be one team all year long, then all of a sudden change who you are depending on the situation. You keep playing to your strengths, and you keep being the same team. And so this team has all year long has had a great focus about them. They've had a kind of relaxed, they're a loose group of guys, but there's an intensity about it. And so we keep doing the same things. I think, like I said, you just don't change who you are. You play every game from day one of the season like it's the most important game of the year.
Coach, Aaron threw a great game today. What did you think of this stuff? And how nice of a luxury is it to have 1-2 punch like?
No, exactly what we needed today, no question. You know, we needed him to go deep in the game and give us that type of start. And, you know, we talked about it after the game. He's been good all year, but he saved his best for last today and came out. And I think that's a big thing. You know, we did give him a lead early, but you got to pitch with that lead, and you still have to, keep command and keep going. And I was just really proud of the way that, you know, there were some long innings, and he had to sit. You know, he had to sit through some long innings, and that can be difficult as well. But he maintained focus and was able to pound the strike zone all day long. That's huge in this tournament.